If you clicked on this video, I have a question for you. Do you have a problem with doom spending? If so, you came to the right place. If not, have you ever seen people who have problems with doom spending and just can't seem to help themselves from spending money they don't have? Well, I know a lot of people like this. I'm sure you know a lot of people like this. You might even be one of those people. I used to be one of those people. So here's the paradox with doom spending. We live in a world where people are already struggling financially. We keep spending money we don't have, though. Credit cards get maxed out. Buy now, pay later plans just stack up. Student loans, car payments, eating away at every single paycheck you have. But yet, we all keep spending our money. But why do we do this to ourselves? So we need to talk about the topic of doom spending and the paradox of spending money we don't have, the psychology behind it, and how to finally start breaking out of this cycle. And most of us know better. We know stress is caused by debt. We know living paycheck to paycheck is miserable, but we still spend our money. Because spending money isn't about logic. Spending money is about emotions. Buying something new gives us a dopamine hit, gives us a temporary high that feels like a relief from stress or boredom, insecurity, or just life in general. And on top of that, companies nowadays have just made it way too easy to spend what we don't have. Credit cards, Klarna, Afterpay, Apple Pay, Affirm. You don't even see the money leaving your account anymore. You just tap a button, hit your phone on a screen, and boom, you own that object. So the pain of paying has been completely separated from the joy of buying. So look, when we're talking about doom spending, right, there's three psychological forces that I believe keep people trapped in doom spending. First is the hedonic adaptation. It took me like 3 times to say that cleanly. This is the idea that new purchases feel exciting for like a week or two. Then they just become normal. And now you want to buy the next thing to feel good again. So have you ever bought something and then like a week later you're like, okay, I don't care about this anymore. I'm going to go buy something else. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And that happens way too often. Next is social comparison. We spend money to keep up. Social media shows us what every single other person has and what we don't have. So we sit on social media, we scroll, and we start to feel left out. So even if we can't afford it, we buy it anyway, just to signal that we belong. We're a part of something. We're a part of the culture right now. And lastly is future disconnect. Look, our brains are wired to favor instant gratification over that long-term gain. So spending now feels real. It's tangible. It's fun. But the credit card bill next month, well, that's future me's problem. I'm not going to worry about that right now. But the problem is when future me catches up to that credit card bill, well, now I'm buried in debt and I'm not having fun anymore. And in my opinion, there's like between culture and mindset, there's a few driving forces behind doom spending. And the first one that I think you kind of see far too often now on social media, especially with the younger generation, is the no hope mindset. A lot of these younger generations, even maybe, a little bit later generations, we feel like our future's already ruined for us. Look, housing, it's starting to feel out of reach. I'm not going to lie. As someone who wants to buy a house, housing slowly starts feeling out of reach and it's getting worse. Inflation, it's eating away at our paychecks. It's eating away at the value of our dollar. And debt, it just feels like it's never ending. So the mindset becomes this. Well, if I'm never going to own a house or I'm never going to have financial freedom, why not just blow my money now? Why not just, spend money till I'm broke and worry about it later? But that hopelessness is dangerous because it justifies our bad financial habits and it convinces people that building wealth is pointless. So what they do is they trade their long-term security for short-term comfort. But here's the truth. Even if the system feels stacked against you, it's the people who stay disciplined now. Those are the ones who are going to have options later. The future may not look the same as it did for our parents or our grandparents, but that doesn't mean there's no hope for us, and we really need to understand that. The next big kind of culture spark of this doom spending is the you only live once, the YOLO, right? And this was big, when I was younger. I know it's still big now, but one of the reasons that doom spending feels so normal is because of the culture we live in. Everywhere we turn, every social media app, every big, person on social media, at some point, they always say, look, you only live once. Treat yourself. Don't wait to enjoy your life. And while, yes, before I get you guys in the comments saying, bro's telling us not to enjoy our life, look, there's complete truth to enjoying your life. It's no secret life is short. It's no secret you should enjoy your life. But the problem is When the YOLO becomes your excuse to overspend and to sabotage your future, that's when YOLO is no longer cool with me. Because marketers and social media influencers, they push this idea really hard. And you know why they push this idea really hard? Because they know it's going to make you spend money. And it convinces people that if you're not consistently buying or you're not consistently upgrading your lifestyle, well, you're missing out. You're not living your life. You can definitely live life to the fullest and be smart with your money. And make choices that are going to give you financial freedom, which is going to give you freedom to do whatever you want in life and not just consistently pile yourself up with debt. And the last part of this mindset culture mix is the illusion of control. One of the biggest drivers behind doom spending is control. And what I mean by this is so many parts of life feel uncontrollable. Housing prices, inflation, job security, even the economy as a whole right now. So we don't like feeling like we're out of control. So what do people do? Well, they turn to spending as their way to feel like they're in charge of something. Look, I can't control the stock market, but I can control buying a new car. Or look, I can't control that my rent's going up, but I can take myself out to dinner and treat myself. The hard part is it feels like a small victory in the moment, but in reality, all we're doing is handing away our future control. So the thing that you are thinking gives you power, like spending money and buying something new, is the same thing that's keeping you trapped. So real control comes from not spending recklessly, but from building financial habits that are going to give you financial freedom down the road. So here's the real paradox. Spending money that you do not have now feels like freedom, but in reality, it's what's keeping you shackled in the long term. It's holding back your future freedom. It's like going out and spending $200 on dinner every single weekend at a restaurant. It feels like freedom, it feels like fun, but when you're stuck paying 30% on that dinner from a credit card, well, at that point, it's no longer worth it. So debt is the tax on impatience, right? All debt is doing is stealing your money tomorrow for today's desires. And the more you do it, the deeper the hole gets, which makes us even more desperate to spend for that quick hit of happiness. So it's just a vicious cycle because the more you spend, the less you think about your finances, and it can snowball to a very dangerous point. Now look, now that my rant's over about doom spending, I'm not going to leave you guys with just hopelessness, right? I think this generation can still win, can still be financially free, and can beat out all this no hope mindset that we have. Look, this generation is different. We have access to knowledge and tools that no other generation before us in history has ever had. We can invest in ETFs, cryptocurrency, side hustles straight from our iPhone in our hand or our whatever phone you have, just straight from the phone in your hand. We have AI that can literally do half of jobs of corporations for us if you pay $20 a month for premium. We have communities that teach online financial freedom for free. And, the funny thing is we're aware of a lot of the traps. I feel like a lot of this younger generation is very self-aware about doom spending, lifestyle creep, all these things that cost us a lot of money. But what's funny is they're so self-aware about it, but they're still victims to it. So the opportunity gap is huge. It's very real. If you can start breaking these bad small habits right now and turn them into something very progressive towards your financial freedom, whether that's maybe cooking at home 3 nights a week or setting up a Roth IRA, automating $100 into an index fund, whatever it might be, you're putting yourself ahead of most people who are just mindlessly walking themselves into debt and into long-term financial stress. So look, I got 5 things that I'm going to tell you guys that I think if you start doing these things, you can fight doom spending. Number 1, create yourself a pause rule. You might do this already without even knowing it. Before you buy anything, let's just say over like $100, give yourself 48 hours before you buy it. 9 times out of 10, you'll realize you actually didn't even want that. That 48-hour window of not spending that money and thinking about that purchase is probably going to lead you to a smarter financial decision. Number 2 is using your debit card. Look, studies show people spend less when they physically feel the money leaving. Stop numbing yourself with buy now, pay later or credit cards. Use your debit card, spend money that you actually have, and just that feeling alone is going to make you smarter financial decisions. Next is reframing the reward for not spending money. Not spending money is not a bad thing. You need to think of it as by not spending money, you're rewarding yourself, because every dollar you don't spend is a dollar that your future self gets to grow. So train your brain to see saving and investing as winning and not missing out. Number 4, pay yourself first with automatic wins. So if you automate your savings or investments first, you can spend what's left. So think about it this way. Every time I get paid, 5% of my paycheck goes into a savings account, 20% of my paycheck goes into an investing account. The other 75% of my paycheck, I'm willing to spend, and I can do whatever I want with it because I already saved my money and I already invested my money automatically. So that remaining 75%, I can do whatever I want with it. I can go buy myself something. I can go out to a dinner with it, whatever it might be. Or I can, even better, save and invest even more of it if I have that capital. And last is going to get a clear picture on what actually matters. Look, experiences, relationships, health, freedom, those are the things that give you lasting happiness, not materialistic items. At the end of the day, materialistic items genuinely do nothing for your happiness. They might give you a quick hit of materialistic happiness, temporary, but not long-term happiness. Closing out the video, before I give you guys a call to action, I just want to say this. I appreciate the support on all these videos more than you guys realize. I'm on the road right now to 5,000 subscribers, which just blows my mind. I didn't ever think in my whole life. I've been watching YouTube since I was like 10. I didn't think at any point in my whole life I would ever have a channel with 5,000 subscribers, and we're so close to being there. So I appreciate you guys so much. If you guys like this video, I'd appreciate a like and a subscription. If you like this video and you're already subscribed, you're a real one. I'll see you in the next video, but let's finish it off here with the call to action. Look, if you're in your teens or you're in your 20s and you feel trapped in this doom spending cycle, the good news is this, and I said this in my last video with the career thing. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start small and consistently. Look, you don't have to pay off all your debt tomorrow. That's not what I'm going to tell you guys. You don't need to suddenly become a budgeting wizard. You don't need to have 27 investment accounts and you need to have a huge investment portfolio tomorrow. All you need to do, just start small with one habit. For the next week, save $5 a day. Cut one bad purchase every single week. Invest your first $50 into an index fund. And I get it. A lot of you are going to be like, well, that doesn't do anything for me. But all you're doing is building your mindset. The monetary stuff can come later. You can work on saving $100 a week in the next couple months from now. But start small. Do something. Give yourself little easy wins to accomplish, like saving $5 a day. Because now at the end of a week, you'll have $35 and you'll have a little bit of a stronger mindset. Because small wins stack up over time. Every time you say no to doom spending, you're saying yes to a stronger and more financially free version of yourself. And even if you start now, even with little baby steps, you'll be shocked how much better your 30s, your 40s, your 50s look compared to the people who gave up hope and just kept spending their money. So don't wait to fall for the lie that it's too late or too hard to be financially free. You can and you will break that cycle. So start small, stay consistent, and watch how fast your financial future changes. So if this hits home for you guys, drop a comment with one small habit that you're going to change starting today. Share this with a friend who's maybe stuck in this same cycle of doom spending, because we're not doomed. We just need to wake up and take control. I appreciate you guys for watching. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.